But in the meantime, I'm going to go blow my nose.
What if during this century, we go back on a standard, but it's a Bitcoin standard? And so we have, yes, we still have our gold, but we now have, in addition to that, another hard asset, a digital gold, Bitcoin, that is growing in value and can underpin the US dollar. And wouldn't it be fun if the next arms race was not for weapons, it was for Bitcoin? Wouldn't it be fun if the US is buying Bitcoin and it scares China and Russia so they start buying Bitcoin, and we have an arms race over Bitcoin instead of over weapons? That we're as globally, we're challenging each other to have a secure store of value. What if during this century?
Okay, we're back. We're back. The nose has been blown. And we had Arnie here for a sec, but he's gone. So Cynthia Loomis, I don't know what it is, says, wouldn't it be fun if the next arm race was not for weapons, it was for Bitcoin? So she is clearly a subscriber to the Soft War thesis by Jason Lowery, member of Space Force, which was created by who? Who created Space Force? I forget. Oh, yeah, never mind. Kind of seems like this has been planned for a little while. But anyways, the point of that is she said that at the end there, what'd she say? Countries were challenging each other to have a secure store of value. I think the countries are also going to be challenging each other in terms of finding the cheapest source of energy. I think that that's what's going to happen. I think that countries are also going to be obviously buying Bitcoin with any reserves that they have available. But I also think that once they catch on to, once the US starts buying Bitcoin, once Russia starts buying Bitcoin or announce that they've been buying Bitcoin, there's going to be an arms race for energy in terms of countries, not only just, like I said, not only just buying Bitcoin, but investing in infrastructure in Bitcoin mining sites to get their hash power up, because that's going to be the most sustainable option. So what that looks like, and Trump himself has already met with, I think it was Riot Mining and CleanSpark. So I think that you're kind of fooling yourself if you don't really if you don't believe that that's already happening, and it will continue to happen, because as the dollar, every country's dollar, continues to go down in value, and as more and more people catch on to the Ponzi scheme that's happening, they're going to be forced to adapt. And what they're going to adapt with is Bitcoin. There's no other option for them. So she's absolutely right there. And I haven't read Soft War, but I kind of understand the thesis. I appreciate RJ. I don't know if he's in the chat or not. He might be on holidays, but he shares quotes from Lowery all the time. And it seems like we've kind of gotten to the point where if countries wanted to just wipe each other out, they could. Not with any, it would be drones. And I think that instead of doing that, what would be the point of just destroying each other? That wouldn't be very beneficial to anybody. So instead of trying to do that, I think that they're going to be fighting for hash power, for energy. And they're going to be setting up different mining sites and finally able to capture some of that energy that we've never had access to before, because it costs so much money and investment and infrastructure to set up a Bitcoin miner or to set up an energy site. I think even here in Manitoba, the amount of hydro energy we have up north that's just completely unused, or unused. It's unused because think about the process there. If you want to capture energy with our current system, you have to set up the infrastructure to capture that energy, and you have to sell that energy. So not only do you have to sell it, but you have to transfer it to whoever's buying it, right? It's a very hard thing to do, and that's why we haven't been able to capture all the energy around the world in the stranded areas of the world. Whoa. My BitAxe just powered down or disconnected. Okay, I think we're back. But compare that to, and the flip side, you just throw up a Bitcoin miner there. You don't need a whole community around it. You just have the miner, you have the energy source, which powers the miner, and that converts it directly into money. Instead of having to find a buyer, instead of having to sell that energy to someone else and have it travel across power lines or however they do it now, power lines. But think of the flip side of that. You can just convert that directly into money. We've never had the ability to do that before. So the smart countries will start doing that and investing in that, and the other ones will fall behind.